In this video, we're going to start to analyze the human skull and the human face, and in order to draw it effectively and believably. Again, we're not going to focus too much on realism, but in fact, we want to ensure that there's elements of realism so that they kind of imply that kind of believability in our cartoon pieces or stylistic pieces, basically simplified pieces. So one thing you'll notice here, and these are just a 3D model of skull from different perspectives, is that there's really two elements to kind of the human skull. There is this element here, the cranium, which is in fact quite elliptical. It's like a kind of a squashed sphere that's been kind of squished, if you think of it like that. And then there is the kind of this piece that kind of juts out, and this is where our facial bones and our jawbone is going to reside, and it has this dimension to it, and it's quite almost like kind of like a triangular kind of prism in that sense, right? So if you kind of draw through, you'll kind of see this kind of element that's in there. And so what we're going to do is, instead of just treating it as though it's a sphere, our face, we're going to bring two elements together. So we're going to have the sphere that's going to act as the cranium, and then we're going to have this kind of triangular prism element that's going to act as the jawbone, and we're going to put them together. So if you have this sphere, and I'm drawing through just to kind of imply the form that's there, and I'm going to add on this element that is in here. And this element, I want to think of it not as flat, but actually it has this dimension to it, and I want to kind of draw through. We also have the other part is we have the neck, which is acting like another cylinder that's in there, and that's kind of attached right to the cranium. So if you draw this from different angles, and I would highly suggest practicing it from a whole bunch of different angles. And again, this is just kind of a simplified version of the human skull. And we're kind of thinking of it as, if you draw through, you're thinking of the form that is involved there. And thinking of the kind of the roundness of the skull and the roundness of the jaw at this portion as well. So again, we're looking at a sphere to act as the cranium, a cylinder to act as the neck portion, and then finally that triangular prism to act as our jaw and some of these facial features that are within there.